Alright, Thomas and Patrick here from Team Bolshevik, profiling the Frog, Sealancer, that thing, build?
Sealancer Frognarch. Thomas
Sealancer
refused to do
Frognarch.
a good intro. He said he doesn't know how.
I don't know how to
Thomas.
intro. I'm socially awkward.
Hopefully this will be going up on not our channel. So if you want good deck profiles and such, come to our channel, Team Bolshevik.
As if, the ones on here weren't good enough.
So running one Treeborn Frog, which might sound pretty weird if you don't know what this deck does yet. 3 Swap Frog, 3 Doot Frog, actually, and 3 Ronin. Ronin making up a vast majority of the engine. And these 3 cards, which are not actually what they are, these are proxy poison draw frogs. I apologize to our viewing audience. I don't like doing decks with proxies in them, but I want to get this up before anybody else does. This card makes the deck. It's a frog. When it goes from the field to the graveyard, draw a card, but it can't be attacked by face down defense position, and if you tribute it, it misses timing. But I'll show you why this is good later.
Sealancer.
Sangan and Effect Veiler. And this is the card that makes Poison Draw good. The combo is you remove from play your Poison Draw Frogs with the Ronins, and then you overlay with the Ronins. And when this guy comes out, he equips the Poison Draws or the Doot Frogs, if you need a search, to himself, and you just get plus, just random plussing off of this card. He buffs himself to 23, he becomes pretty indestructible, and it's having Formula Synchron without having Formula Synchron draws. Monarch lineup: 1 Zaborg, 3 Caius,
3 Ryza.
3 Ryza.
Backwards, but you know what we mean.
And 1 Gorz, finish out the monsters. Spell and Trap, 2 Salvage. It recycles your Sealancer plays, which is fairly important. And when you're in a real bad spot, you can bring back a Swap Frog or something and thin out your deck a little bit. 3 Creature Swaps with Ronin and Treeborn. Creature Swaps always live. Only running 1 Treeborn because I'm running 3 Ronin. And, Creature Swap is really good this format with so many boss monsters running around, like Hyperion and Grapha and such. So you steal their stuff, and Creature Swap is always live in this deck. 3 Econ, which all you Frognarch players should know about. It's just godly. Heavy, Reborn, Whole, 2 MST, staple stuff.
The Great 5.
1 Treacherous. The beauty of this deck is that with the Ronins, and you're not as dependent on Treeborn, you can run traps in this deck and not feel oppressed. Like if you want to do a Treebornless build, you can run Bottomless and Calls of the Haunted and all that good stuff. Extra deck: 3 Gachi. 100% necessary, not overkill at all. These guys are what you go for in the deck. They make Monarchs huge and pretty unstoppable forces. 2400, not huge, with that 2500 benchmark not being reached. But when you have a 2800 attack Caius, people quake in fear. The rest of the extra deck is not used as much because you don't run any tuners, but there's always a chance to Reborn, get a Formula Synchron, or an Armory Arm, or Cataster. Brio, Gaia, Black Rose, Double Stardust, just in case, why not? Scrap Dragon, Colossal, Trish, that guy, and a Shooting Star.
Why not?
Because you just never know when you're going to need it.
And, can't forget Batman.
Batman token. YouTube's not going to be able to see that.
Well, you can sort of see it. It's close.
Side deck has not been tournament tested yet, but hopefully it'd be pretty good. 1 Effect Veiler. Your main decking 1, but, that's not going to be enough. 2 DD Crow. Chaos reared its ugly head at YCS Kansas this weekend. You're going to need this anyways.
I wouldn't say it's an ugly head.
It's a pretty nice head, actually.
Yeah, Chaos is pretty nice.
1 Max C.
I'd tap Chaos.
DD Warrior Lady, just in case you can't get off your nice Monarch plays, in case you're facing something like a Herald deck. This provides some fuel clearance for you. 2 Thunder King. This format just shows how good this card is. 2 Dark Dust Spirit, just in case. Likewise, 2 Vanity's Ruler, or Vanity's Fiend, sorry. Pretty standard Frog Monarch stuff. A Burial from the Different Dimension. an MST, a Nobleman, and a Leeching the Light. I've put this deck list up on a couple of forums before, and people have said, so what, do you just see macro and scoop? Well, this deck isn't hurt by macro any more than a plant deck is, or regular Frognarchs. But macro is by far the worst matchup for this deck. Problems with this deck, it really lacks being able to do anything while it's getting it set up. Best case scenario, first turn, you've got a swap frog and a whole bunch of other frogs so that you can just burn through and pitch stuff. I mean, Dupe Frog's good because you can first turn set him, they're going to run into it with a Tengu or something, and when he does eventually die or you tribute him, you're going to get a search for a swap frog that you probably need, or a Ronin, or whatever you want. Having a whole bunch of 2,000 defense guys is really good because you set them, they attack into them, they take damage, they don't expect that. That's basically the deck. Can you think of anything?
Not to my knowledge.
Cool.
I only faced the deck first time today.
So basically the gist of it is, Frognarch players, check out that card. It's quite good. It's pretty short print for a reason. I guess that's it. Thanks a lot to the first hokage,
Hokage.
not hokage. Team Bolshevik, check out our channel.